Right, fair warning. This is not one of those tidy little cinematic van build videos. This is me, mid-chaos, mid-confusion, with cables hanging everywhere, saying, I don't know what I'm doing at least 12 times. But that's the real part of the first build. So if you're doing this too, welcome to the club. We're all just winging it together. Okay, it's the start of week 4. The parents have gone home. And it's the next day after we fitted the floor, so I'm just going to have a little look inside and see if it all still looks as good as it did when we left it. Feels okay. No squeaks. Okay, so I've still got a little bit of work to do with the insulation. This wheel arch, I hadn't finished it yesterday because we were in a rush to get the floor down. But what I want to do before I do that is I've got an hour before I go to my next student driving lesson. So I'm going to measure out the floor and see if I can map out where everything's going to go in the van. So I've got some coloured masking tape and a measuring tape, and let's see if we can get it all mapped out, and then we can start visualising the plans for the layout for the interior. And then tomorrow we can start looking at putting the cabling into place. In fact, I need to get some conduit actually, but yeah, we can start sort of putting things in place, and we can get the walls finished insulation wise and get the panels back on, and things can start to take a little bit more shape. So let's go and do that. I need to go and find my tape measure. So right now I've measured out 100 centimeters from here to here, and this is going to be my single bed. 100 centimeters I think is slightly wider than a single bed, but there's enough room here for me and Romy. And what I'm going to have is an extendable bed to a double on some sort of slide out drawer system. I'm not sure yet, I haven't worked it out. So the orange lines are going to be my single bed space, and Whisper is here to inspect my measurements again. What do you think? About right? Okay, so she's probably saying that it's Romeo and her that's going to fit on this bed. Yeah. So I'm going to have 100 centimeters as the fixed bed, I think, which should then be extendable out to a decent double size over the bench storage box seats. That's my plan. But until I mark it out, I can't quite tell. So at the moment, it's only very roughly done, as you can see. I'm not sure quite how far the bed's going to go, but I'm assuming my boards are going to start from this point here. So it's just a rough design anyway. Anyway, so this is 100 centimeters, and I think we've got more than enough room. If I lean back here and flip the camera around, you can see that because I'm short, I'm only 5'4", I'm going to have loads of space. And there's enough room for Whisper as well. So next we're going to look at where the kitchen's going to go, how wide the worktops are going to be and how tall they're going to be, and try and work out a bit of a design. And then we're going to have room for the bench seats as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a tall like shelving system. I'm not sure yet. But this is just going to be the basic floor layout. So let's have a look at it. Okay, so to my left you've got an orange line which marks the edge of the bed. And then the middle orange line is the 100 centimeter point of the single bed. The third orange line to my right is where the single bed would extend into a double at 140 centimeters. The two green sections are the seat storage benches, and the bed would extend over the top of them. And then next to me here you've got the blue outline of the worktop in an L shape, with a yellow box next to me marking where the diesel heater would go. And over by the door there's another yellow box which would be the fridge. Above the fridge would be the sink, and in the corner here by the window, bottom right, would be where the dual hob's going to go. That's my thoughts at the moment. Let's go. Let's go then. this field will soon be gone because they're going to be building on it. And it's the one field that Romeo is safe to be off the lead, because I can see clearly when people are in the field, but because of the long grass, Romeo can't really see. But we're having a walk today. Today we are blessed with a sunny day, so we're going to be making the most of it and using our field while we can, even though technically we are trespassing. They've put big steel gates up over the entrances to stop us coming in, but someone has accidentally on purpose opened it again. So for the moment, we're enjoying trespassing and freedom. Hi everyone, we're back again another day in the van, and just to let you know what I've been doing today, I didn't want to film any more of it because it's quite boring. As you can see, I have thermo lined with Dodo thermo liner these flat panels here. I've put a little bit of soundproofing in strips on the ceiling, stop the vibration. I've just started foil lining the roof as well. Stupidly, I forgot I'm having a window here. Of course, I'm going to have to mess up at some point. So I had to peel it off there. So it looks like we've got fleas in the van now, but I assure you it's not fleas, and it will come off quite easily. So we've thermo lined this section, and down here, the other day I took this off. It just pops off, it's dead easy. And my dad kindly cleaned behind it. We've sound deadened and thermo lined it, and then put the fleece in front of it, not so it's packed tight, and I taped around where the lights were as well, so any of the wires aren't touching the fleece, so we've left some gaps on that. That's gone back on, and once we've hammer-righted the door, the wooden panel can go back on there for now until we decide when we're going to do the window. The wheel arches have been thermo lined and then foil taped over the top to make them look a little bit neater, seal all the gaps. And this is all looking very untidy at the moment. And the samples have arrived for the floor, the walls, the splashback and the ceiling. So that's quite exciting. I'm not completely sold on exactly what I'm doing, but I know the materials that I want. I've decided to go for a cork ceiling, vinyl floor and tongue and groove plastic panelled, I'm not sure what the material is off the top of my head, walls. But that's going to be a long way off, I think, at the moment. So the next job is to, I've been procrastinating all day about this, but we need to get the cabling out and actually read the instructions and see which cables need what. Going to get some masking tape to be able to label up which wires are for what thing, and we need to decide. I'm thinking of having up here, we're going to be having overhead cupboards. The bed's going to be here, it's going to be one of the raised ones again, and we're going to have overhead cupboards with spotlights coming down for, like, say, reading lights or whatever, and then a strip of centre lights, I think, probably spots again on the ceiling. I don't know for sure, but I just want to make sure I've got enough wires and stuff. I've ordered the conduit because I can't be bothered to go to Wickes just for some conduit, and I know I'll probably get tempted to buy other things if I'm there, so that's coming tomorrow as well. Yeah, it's a little bit of a long job at the moment. It's a very slow process. This stuff, you know what, this stuff is fine, but the backing that comes off it, this stuff here, it's an absolute slip hazard. Nearly slipped over that many times, so you have to make sure that you pick it up. I'm using the box as a bin at the moment, but it's really, really warm in this van. I'm assuming it's all my insulation that's keeping it warm at the moment, but it is a hot day outside, so what I could do is hammer right the back doors while it's sunny, actually, so they can dry. In fact, I should have done that earlier. I should have done that first, so I might do that tomorrow, because I think I'm going to take a break from the van for now. But yes, so week 4, that's what the van's looking like. Definitely need a cup of tea and a piece of cake before we tackle this. I am back with a bunch of cables. I'm not going to pretend I know what I'm doing. I've got a 1.5mm, a 3mm and a 6mm. And apparently these are all used for the 12 volt and DC appliances. I've just got to decide where everything's going to go. So the next job is to use my trusty green Sharpie that I found in the van to mark out roughly where I want things to go. I've no idea at this stage, other than I know the bed's going there. We're going to have some cupboards up here with maybe some lighting and some lighting above me, more so in the kitchen area than above the bed, I think. And I'm going to draw them on and we're going to guess. So I'd say probably we want a spotlight here and a spotlight here. I assume maybe one in the middle, so that's three sort of reading lights that will be in the cupboards here above our heads. Excuse me, whispers back. Yes, I know. And then I don't know, a light potentially, what, I don't know, here there would be a light above the bed, just one, because you don't need it to be like well lit in the bed, on the bed, above the bed. This is the playing cards lounge area. So I don't know, what, two, one? What do you Whisper? What do you think? How many lights do we want? We'll put one for now, like that. I don't know, maybe four, or do we have more above the kitchen area? I think so, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think 6 lights potentially, which sounds quite a lot, but I hate being like not being able to see when I'm in the kitchen. So maybe just one above the bed, 2 spotlights, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's what I'm going to go with actually. So we're going to put a cross on that one. We don't want that one, and we'll put one here. Oops, and one here. I mean, God, this is just roughly mine. And then one here. One, obviously they'll be nice and central and lined up beautifully. And then one over here. Now I've been advised to get a ceiling fan, so I've not sound deadened this part of the van because of that. So I've just basically drawn circles on the ceiling if you're not sure what I'm doing. So I reckon that's where the lights are going to be. Now the fridge is going to go over there. And I'm thinking the diesel heater will be here. And the sink will be above the fridge. So that's where the water pump's going. USBs. Now then, we'd probably want some sort of, panel here? Like USBs, USB charging points, like here, possibly, quite a few maybe, and we'd probably have like the thermostat type stuff here as well. On this side we might need USBs as well, because if we want like a platform for my laptop or tablet to be charging while I'm watching it potentially. So I'm going to just put the USB here as well, maybe. We want to have plenty of charging points, don't we? What else? Seating area, table's going to pull out. I honestly don't know. This is my problem, you see. Okay, Whisper wants to be on camera. She wants to join in. What do you think? What do we think? Not sure, are we? What else do we need? Spotlights, USB. Maybe some undershelf lighting, maybe. I don't know. Should we run these cables first, Whisper? So I've been told that we have to double up on the size. So if we go with the skinniest cable first, and you want obviously a red and a black one, right? The electricity board is more likely going to be on this side, because if it was that side, then the cable's going to be longer. So I think it's best to have the electricity board under the bed here. So, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. So the lights would run up along here. Oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so what I'm doing is measuring out a 1.5mm black and red cable. I've stuck it to the floor, and that's roughly, you know, where the electric board's going to go. And it's coming along to the central column here. And both wires are going to be taped. And I've put, these are for the bed spotlights. There's going to be 3 of them. And it's running all the way up. And I've just left the dangly bit here. And we're going to have a spotlight there, in the middle, and at the end. And I'm going to make some wires from each spotlight to connect to the main channel. And then all 3 lights are going to turn on together by a switch. I hope. So I hope I'm doing this right, but I've got 3 sets of lights, cables for the lights. We're going to do the 4 above the kitchen area separately, the 3 above the lounge bedroom area separately on the ceiling, and then you've got 3 spotlights there. So 3 lots of 1.5mm cable running. Romeo is doing his best to undo my design work. He was crying, so he wants to come and join me, but he's being a little menace. So that's not helpful. There goes my sink. Oh, you're a good boy. You've been a good boy. That's my nose. Ow. Oh, he's so naughty. He is so naughty. So my little supervisor here, little baby Romeo, he's been a good boy all day. Now he wants to help playing bands because he saw Whisper was in here and he wants to join in as well, don't you? And he's busy tearing up all the masking tape that I've put down because he's so naughty. So yes, we're just going to have a 5-minute break. My battery's running out on my phone as well, so